Drug addiction is one of the biggest problems facing the world today. Drugs are notoriously known to cause devastating side effects internally and as well as externally, and these effects can manifest themselves physically on drug users. These disturbing before and after pictures illustrate the reality of drug abuse and how it can drastically change a person's appearance over a short time span. So this is the top 10 before and after picture of drug use. Starting off this list, and at the 10th spot we have Mary. She was first arrested back in December 2009 at the age of 18 years old for contempt of court, which means she was being disobedient or disrespectful towards the court of law and its officers. Over the next few years, she was arrested many times, which involved cocaine possession, heroin, and Xanax. This mugshot was taken in August 2013 at the age of 22 years old, and you can see the effects of the drugs were already taking a toll on her body. This is the most recent mugshot that was taken in February 2014 at the age of just 22 years old. Between 2009 and 2014, she has lost 40 pounds, which is due to a combination of drugs that she was on. Up next, and at number 9, we have this 25-year-old unidentified man. Let's take a look at his first mugshot. In this picture, he was 23 years old, and as far as I can tell, he looked like a typical young adult. But things progressed for the worse when he generated an addiction to methamphetamine. Take a look at this other mugshot that was taken just 2 years later at the age of 25 years old. He suffered from excessive skin picking, which caused small sores because methamphetamine users have hallucinations of bugs crawling on their skin underneath, so they pick up this habit of just picking themselves. His face also has a hollowed out appearance because of his malnutrition. And he suffered from meth mouth because his enamel has dissolved, his teeth have shrunk, his tooth has decayed, and he suffered from tooth grinding. Moving on to number 8, we have Amy. Amy was arrested on 4 separate occasions for battery and then was later arrested for credit card fraud and grand theft. Her mugshot was taken when she was just 25 years old back in 2003. 10 years later, at the age of 35 years old, she was arrested from possession of meth and possession of paraphernalia. Just take a look of how much her appearance changed in just 10 years. She definitely looks a lot older than 35 in my opinion. She has lost a staggering 20 pounds and her youthful appearance has diminished. Cynthia makes this list to number 7. She has been arrested on numerous drug charges, also drinking while under the influence and burglary. This is her first mugshot that was taken back in March 2006 at the age of 21 years old, and that was for driving under the influence. Things took a turn for the worse when she was arrested again on March 2013 at the age of 25 for possession of drug paraphernalia, fraud, and forgery. Cynthia was battling with the meth addiction, which causes facial sores and the appearance of accelerating aging. If you guys think that was bad, look at her in December 2013 mugshot. She turned 29 years old, but she looks a lot older than that. It looks like that she is aged by like 10 years. Coming now in number 6, we're talking about Cher. She was arrested at the age of 36 years old for unknown charges. Her most recent arrest was in February of 2013 for possession of oxycodone and trafficking hydrocodone. Oxycodone has a tendency to cause bloodshot eyes, flushed skin, weight loss, and dilated pupils. From this mugshot, she looks like she has lost several pounds and has aged significantly. Number 5 brings us to Carrie. Carrie was first arrested in March of 2012, and she was arrested for petty theft. Actually, she was arrested 3 times in less than 2 years. Take a look at this mugshot that was taken back in January 2014 at the age of 31 years old. She was arrested for possession of a controlled substance without a prescription and possession of paraphernalia. As you can tell, she has numerous facial sores and she has lost a significant amount of weight, 20 pounds in 2 years to be exact. Moving into number 4 is Chelsea. She was arrested 4 times in less than 2 years. This is her first mugshot taken when she was 22 years old in February of 2012 for grand theft. Just 1 year in February of 2013, she was arrested again for unknown charges. But just take a look at the difference between her first mugshot and this one. The changes are drastic. If you thought the effects of drugs were bad in that picture, now let's look at her most recent mugshot that was taken in August of 2013 when she was just 23 years old. She was arrested for possession of cocaine, heroin, oxycodone, cannabis, and diazepam. Up next, and at number 3 is the unidentified 44-year-old man. He was arrested for the manufacture of methamphetamine. It was pretty evident that he was an avid drug user himself. In a matter of 4 years, this is what he looked like in 2012. It seemed as though he lost a lot of weight, has sunken eyes, and he now has a bunch of facial sores. Some of the major long-term effects of using methamphetamine include liver, kidney, and lung damage, psychosis, permanent damages to blood vessels of the heart and brain, and many more. Alright, so we're almost at the top of this list, but right now we're in at number 2, and we're talking about Michael. Michael's arrest timeline spans over a decade, and within those 10 years, he racked up some pretty severe charges. He was charged with hit and run, possession of a firearm by convicted felon, grand theft, fraud, possession of paraphernalia, and many other charges. He was first arrested at the age of 45 years old for hit and run. Now let's jump ahead to when he was arrested more recently in January of 2014, just a couple years ago. He looks like a completely different person. There is no doubt that drugs heavily contributed to his new appearance. I mean, he looks way older than the typical 54-year-old man would. Take a look at his mugshot from when he was 53 to when he was 54 years old. Such a drastic change in just a year. Finally making it to its #1 spot for the top 10 shocking before and after drug pictures, we have this woman who is unidentified. According to these mugshots, it seems as though she has been arrested on several occasions over the past 5 years. The first mugshot is of her back when she was 48 years old. Judging by this picture, she looks like a typical 48-year-old woman. However, as things progress to her mugshots, you can really start to see her appearance deteriorate. She definitely got into some pretty heavy drugs. Let's take a look at her most recent mugshot when she was 53 years old. And warning, this picture is actually a little bit graphic for you guys, so if you must look away, make sure you look away now. As you guys can tell, she has many facial sores, hollow facial structure, and decayed teeth. She was definitely a victim to methamphetamine use, whose effects are often very devastating, and it's really sad. It's really sad to hear about all these people getting into drugs, and if you guys do have a problem, make sure you guys do seek help. Well, there you guys have it. That was the top 10 list for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. So let me know what you guys think of this video, and also, like always, let me know what most amazing top 10 video you guys like to see next in the comment section below, because we'll read those comments and it will dictate our next video. And if you guys want a part 2 of this, put hashtag make part 2. Also, if you guys aren't already subscribed, don't forget to do that just down below. We're nearing 1.5 million subscribers. So thank you guys so much for everything. I gotta go make another video, so I'll see you guys later. Bye.